Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. This is your friendly PC commentator, Mr. Wilder, and I am playing Team Fortress 2. So this is the first gameplay that's actually good that I'm going to be uploading of the Scout. Well, actually my first Scout gameplay I'm uploading at all. So the Scout's a really hard class to finesse, like, to get really good at, and here at the start there's a really close scenario right here. I'm just kind of trying to get down the water, and I actually miss it at first, but I get away with 1 HP and I grab the health pack. But anyway, the Scout is a really hard class to finesse, and I haven't really wanted to upload any videos of it because it feels like you want to do good, and I mean, your aim can look really shit when playing the Scout if you haven't played for a little bit. So I've played a lot of Scout now. In the latest few days I've probably played mostly Scout and some Soldier, but almost only Scout. So Scout I want to get really good at because it's most definitely the most fun class. Even though you don't stomp people most of the time, it is a really fun class to just rush around and do stuff. I mean, sometimes you're just like, fuck this. If your team isn't doing anything, you can't really win the game alone as a Scout, but then you could switch it out, maybe pick up a heavy or something, or a soldier or something that you can really destroy people with. And there I actually bumped into soldier, but I was like, fuck that, I'm gonna kill the pyro, I'm gonna run past him. So I'm using the stock item here, and that is not because I do not have any other shotguns, but simply because it is the best shotgun available for the Scout. Now the other shotguns aren't really like the soldier has a couple of rocket launcher which are pretty like default, that they aren't that weird, but the Scout shotguns are a little bit weird and gimmicky. They don't really do anything that's really good for you, so I'm just using the stock shotgun. I mean, I've seen a couple of videos on the one that gives you a lot of boost. I do not use that shotgun, but I might try it out in the future, although you can't jump with it, and I very much like jumping, so we'll see about that. But the stock shotgun is actually probably the best shotgun, especially for new players, but also for anyone. I mean, the shortstop you can just hold in, use it as a machine gun, but I still really much prefer the stock one. So I would recommend that if you are a new player, or yeah, if you're a new player, pick up the stock shotgun and go to town. So I got killed by the blade of the fucking sawmill there, and that was a little bit silly. I mean, that shouldn't happen. I usually look at people who die off that and go, how the fuck did they manage to do that? But I mean, I just managed to do it somehow in this gameplay, and I do not know why I was so stupid as to do that, but I did it anyway, and I'm sorry for that. But it was still not that bad, I guess, or something, because this is actually a pretty good gameplay right here. So I used the pistol a lot as well. The pistol's really good for long range if you're trying to pick off turrets, or if you're just trying to pick off someone with low HP from long range. Here's another fail that I do. I actually run after him, and I think that he's going to be running away because he's got low HP, but he actually just turns around and smacks me in the face with his pan. So that was a little bit stupid. We have a fast death after that just because someone planted one of the combat engineer. I think he's planted one of his fast turrets out there, so that one got me. I'm sorry about that. I'm really sorry. And we got one guy, I think he's using the rocket jumper because he's mainly just rocket jumping around, probably practicing, or maybe he's just trying to do some kind of fancy rocket jump combo or something. But I managed to pick him off there. I pick him off a couple of times this game actually, so it was quite exciting to shoot someone out of the air a couple of times. Not actually killing him in the air though, but I killed him afterwards, so that was pretty awesome. So we win the first round here, and we're going to we are going to continue in the second round. So this is a 2-round game. They won the first round I played. I recorded that as well, I believe, but it wasn't that fancy. I was mainly warming up. So we have the 2 rounds after that where I actually play pretty well. I don't know why I say pray sometimes by mistake. It's not like I have a dialect where I should say pray, but I did anyway. So gotta be rushing in here. the snipers is the class that I feel most comfortable just going in to kill. Probably the sniper and the medic and maybe the engineer. Like if you see one of them alone, you don't really need to be careful at all. If you're playing against if you're dueling the soldier or the heavy or something like that, you want to be a bit more careful, kind of jump around, try to get them from behind or something. I do forget to use the melee weapon enough though in these games. I look like there I could have used the melee weapon on that engineer, but I just forgot it. I forget it a lot of the time. But the shotgun is also really good up close. It does a lot of damage when you hit the whole spread. So some classes you just really don't need to use the melee weapon very often at all. And here I'm going to be picking him off with the pistol also after. So I think what was shooting me there right whilst I was running away was probably a heavy or the combat engineer's turret. I'm not really sure about that, but it was a little bit of an itch in the ass, as you might have seen. So in the video I did cut out my deaths. I didn't cut out my deaths. I cut out the respawning time of my deaths. So you'll see me die and then I'll be back in it straight away. That is because this video was like 10 or 11 minutes long with all the respawning and that, or it was probably only like 9, but I cut out all the respawning shit. None of that is actually me doing anything. It's just me dying and then I cut it out and then I come back into game. So that should be pretty good for you. That will be only action gameplay. Here you see me try to hit the goddamn other scout. Now dueling against the other scouts is what makes me feel most uncomfortable, because I'm like, it's really hard to hit them because the shotgun is pretty hard to aim, especially as you're running fast and the other scout will be running fast at the same time, which is a little bit of a pain in the backside. So I do not really enjoy dueling other scouts a lot, especially since you know that their firepower is the same as your own and you won't really have a bigger chance than they do at killing them. So I don't really know. It's a bit like League of Legends. You don't want to lane against another person. You don't want to have a mirror lane where the other person is playing the same character. That's why I play I don't play blind pick. I only used to play ranked and the other. So here I get a pretty nice shot in and I actually hit that scout, I think, while jumping away, but it would have been cool if I got him as well instant. That would have been pretty montage epic. So have a engineer running out here at me and I actually managed to pick him off before his turret respawns, because it felt like it was pretty slow, but it didn't start shooting at me, so it must have been pretty slow at spawning. I think he was a normal engineer. So I'm gonna be picking it off with a pistol. The pistol is probably the best equipment for a scout to pick off turrets from long range, and I think you even get an achievement if you do it the first time or the first couple of times. It might be like a limit thing here. So we're gonna be charging in here. The points are, we've gone more than halfway, and I'm sorry to say, but the video got cut off here, but that is most of the cool gameplay anyway. I get shot in the penis by a turret, so the game ended there, or didn't end, but we won the game short after that. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you enjoy Team Fortress 2, so please leave a like if you enjoyed the Team Fortress 2 footage, and I will see you all later.